Hello, my name is Stacey Couch, and I'm a certified shamanic practitioner and a certified archetypal consultant. My website is wildgratitude.com. I'm joining you again today in this series I am producing for you about spirit animals. The topic of today's conversation is, how do I prove that a spirit animal is mine? Good question. I'm sure many of you have been asking, and I know this because I run into quite a few people who are asking me about that. How do I know? I think it might be this. Someone told me this, but I'm still wondering, how can you help me know? So this is a good question to ask when we're looking at anything that has to do with the spiritual, invisible, energetic realms. The realm that we can't see. How do we know? Some people actually do have visions or have experiences that feel very tangible, but not everybody and not always also. So it's hard to know sometimes what's really going on here. How do I invest my confidence in this? And when we're talking about spirit animals, there's a number of different ways. If you've read my free ebook on how do I find my spirit animal, all you have to do is click on the link here, and you can go and download it if you haven't read it yet. But if you have read it, you'll know all the different ways I talk about how we can discover what our spirit animal might be, or animals, plural. And the dreams, you might have a shamanic practitioner retrieve one for you. You might just really feel a kinship with a certain animal. You might have had numerous experiences out in nature with specific animals. So there's all of these different ways that we come to getting an idea of what our spirit animals might be that we are working with. And there is that also consuming or annoying or persistent, whatever you would like to call it, thing called doubt. And we're constantly looking for a way to extinguish doubt altogether. I think it is a beautiful faculty of the soul this inner part of ourself that is always trying to remove doubt from our system, because doubt is a drain on our energy. We leak energy out with doubt. How about that? So what are all of the ways that we look to extinguish our doubt? That's a good thing to consider. Considering you might even want to sit down and write a list of all the different ways that you've tried to prove that a spirit animal is yours. Or prove that angels exist, anything along those lines. But write a list of, here are all of the different tactics I've tried. I've gone and asked somebody who seemed to be an expert or an intuitive or a psychic and not told them. They did a blind test, so I didn't tell them what my spirit animal was and waited to see if they guessed the one that I had in my head. That's one technique, which is pretty common. Another one is I waited to see if I saw them again, or maybe 3 times. Because if I see them multiple times, then that means that they're really mine. Another way that we might try is I waited to see one at all in nature. I thought, well, this spirit animal of a lynx, who's a very secretive creature, is not mine until I see them. Well, how many people on the planet actually get to see a lynx? Or this spirit animal of a bear is not mine until I see them. Well, if you live in the city, good luck ever seeing one, right? So people can go on. There's another way that we try to prove our spirit animal is that we think is ours, is actually ours, is we'll go on pilgrimages. We'll go to national parks or wild areas and go for hikes or backpacking trips or camping or fishing and wait and see if we see that animal. And that will be the validation that we're hoping for. We also ask for them to come in our dreams. We ask to receive a sign. So all of these different ways, we're looking for some sort of external cue, be it somebody telling us, or be it we actually see the animal, or we have 3 different people out of the blue bring up that animal without us saying anything. We're looking all together for external cues for this very internal, personal thing. When I'm talking to people about spirit animals, I often remind them that their spirit animals are very much like their family and their best friends. And so it's really odd idea in that, looking at it from that perspective, for me to step into their lives and say, well, this person right here is your best friend. This one here, your sister. That's not for me to know. That's their experience. It's your life. And that's for you to know what kind of relationship you have with this animal. So it brings me to the other side of doubt, right? What's the other side of doubt? Faith. Absolutely. And we always come back to this idea of faith. Every time we're talking about anything that is in the invisible spirit world, there is some element of faith to one degree or another that is always required of us. It's a faculty of the soul, and without it, we are not engaging with the invisible or spirit realms. At some point, no matter how much evidence you've amassed, you're going to have to say no to doubt. You're going to have to say yes to faith. You could have years worth of data. You could tell me some of the most fantastic stories, and it's not me that you're trying to convince, it's yourself. Always keep an eye out for that little smidgen of doubt when you're going to tell other people. Are you hoping that they light up and say, yes, you've got it, that's it. What an amazing thing. Are you hoping they say, oh yes, I was thinking it was the bear too. Remember, and keep an eye on that insidious little trouble of doubt in our relationships with our spirit animals, our spirit guides. It can really wreak havoc on our lives. Always, at some point, like I say, we're going to have to go on faith. And some of you are going to be required to have less faith than others. You're going to get more signs and more external cues. And can I say why some people get some really obvious, in-your-face, no excusing, man, how can you find doubt in that type of experiences that validate that this spirit animal is theirs? Still, there's some doubt, even though that's there. And how come some people have those experiences, and how come there's other people over here that they can't see, feel, sense, touch any of it? They just really have no feeling whatsoever. Their relationship to their spirit animals is dry as can be. And I cannot say. So the people who have these really dry, kind of intellectual ponderings about spirit animals that they don't feel any real connection, they don't feel any sense of external validation at all, they're being called up to have a lot more faith, typically, than the people who have the in-your-face, there's no excusing what just happened type of experiences. Why are some people required to have more faith in this than others? It's one of the great mysteries of the world. There's so many circumstances, not just with spirit animals, where we can find that. So you can really take everything that I've shared with you in this video and apply it to anything to do with your spiritual life. How come some people heal and others don't? How come some people have mystical experiences and other people don't? There's really no way to say. And there's spectrum in between, right? There's a huge spectrum in between. So don't waste time with comparison. That's another thing that we can fall into when we're trying to find proof. Well, this person over here, they had like this wide open, amazing experience with an actual cougar for 10 minutes in the wild. There was no excusing that it was there. And how come I don't have something like that? Drop the comparison as well. So when you're looking for proof, drop the search for proof, and remember that at some point, regardless of how little or much proof you get, you're going to be asked for faith at some point in your spiritual practice, and might as well just bring it on now. And then also remember comparison. Stop the comparison. There's no knowing why some things happen for some people and not others. And it's all our own experience and how we choose to engage with our calling, to engage with what inspires us, engage with what the spirit world is bringing our way. So faith. Wherever there is doubt, let me sow faith. So that's my message for you in this video, and talking about how do I prove if a spirit animal is mine or not. My answer is drop the need for proof. Drop the need for proof, drop the practice of comparison, and practice with the prayer. Wherever there is doubt, help me sow faith. So good luck to you. I'm here. I'm on your side. I'm rooting you on. I know it can be hard sometimes. I know you can just really want a sign sometimes. And sometimes you just have to trust and know that, that it's that faith, that cultivating that soul faculty of faith within yourself is going to bear many more fruits than any concrete evidence you could ever come across. Okay? So my website, once again, is wildgratitude.com. You can hop on there to download the gift of the free ebook. As always, please give the video a thumbs up if you like what you heard here today. Post your comments in the section below. I will absolutely get back to you. If you hop over to my website, you will also find over 40 interpretations of over 40 different spirit animals. How about that? So lots of information if you're feeling into your relationship with a given spirit animal and what that consists of, how deep it is, where it's taking you. That spirit animal library will help you out a bunch. I really look forward to staying in touch with you. I've so enjoyed all of your comments. I'm so grateful. Thank you very much to all of those of you who are subscribing and tuning in regularly to watch my videos. Really appreciate your engagement, and I look forward to seeing what the path has ahead of us. Many blessings to you.